Hello everybody, and welcome back for another episode of the Cavern Kings Let's Play. This is beta version 25.3, so as you can probably tell, a big ol' update. As you can also probably tell by looking at this title screen, we are in holiday mode, which is a brand new little thing, a kind of a cute little celebration of the holiday season, and there's all kinds of other stuff to take a look at as well, including some cleaned up UI and what I believe is a Christmas present directly to me. When I'm playing the game now, my mouse cursor is actually locked inside the window. I know it sounds like a small one, but for me it's huge. So let's take a quick look at the options menu before we get started. Now that we've got some other stuff to look at, we've got, well, another big change here that I can mention that you guys don't even need to know about necessarily, but I'm actually playing now on the Steam version of the game, where every other prior episode of this Let's Play has been recorded on, like, an external EXE build. So I'm now sort of in line more so with what you guys might have, which I think is pretty sweet. So we've got full screen on or off, dynamic camera on or off, which I appreciate being right here because, no offense, but I still don't really love the dynamic camera, so I do like that I don't have to change it every single time now, and it's actually a saved option. We can turn on or off damage numbers. We've got our volume controls here. We've got music on or off, screen shake on or off, controls as well as holiday mode and erase data. Controls actually brings you to this profile screen where we can now set up things and tweak them the way we like, which is fantastic. And in general, the UI seems like it's been much improved. We've also got options for co-op, eventually online co-op, and some extras that I'm eager to see what those might end up being. So then upon starting a regular mode play here, we've got either standard or arena, as I'm sure you noticed before. I'm gonna go out on a limb and bet that probably arena mode isn't glitched anymore, so if we play one round of it, we could probably back out and play another round of something else. And we got our character select, which actually saved all of my save data from prior episodes, which I kind of appreciate, even though, you know, it wouldn't have been a huge deal if it wiped it either way. But it's nice that it didn't. So we're going to play as Scarab Dude, and we've got, as you can see, all of our prior stuff here is still here, our trophies and such. You'll also notice, of course, I've got a Santa hat on, and there's also some kind of candy cane themes and snow everywhere, which is very cute, as well as some Christmas lights on the wooden bits. And there's also some really other big new stuff, too, which, well, maybe not big is the right word, but little things that actually add up to feeling big. The UI has been a little bit refined. I don't know if you guys will all notice this now, but the health bar is actually centered much better. Things seem to be scaled in a much more appropriate fashion. There's also some new sound effects that you'll probably notice as we play around a little bit here. In fact, when we go down from a floor, it actually makes like a little dropping sound, which I greatly appreciate. It actually sounds quite nice. You'll also notice now we don't have that voice acting showing up for every character, which was kind of annoying, and no offense again meant here, but like I'm glad that that is now sorted out, so maybe it's just on the appropriate character, or maybe it's not anyone. I don't know. But the way it turned out, I like it. I'm happy about it. Everything seems like a positive improvement that I've seen so far. So anyway, about the actual game, I guess we could get started talking about what's going on. We've got our harpoon and a jackhammer, which is not a terrible pairing. I'm looking forward to hopefully finding a Cyclops eye. I want to get that laser pointer, which is going to allow me a little bit more long-range accuracy, and I'm not sure if there's much else changed about the game long-term, other than the things that I've mentioned already, I mean, in terms of the scope of the game. Also should be mentioned, too, if you're playing with holiday mode on, there's going to be this snow on the ground, right? So that could be kind of a problem for seeing some of the spike traps, I guess. So from a balance perspective, I'm not sure if that's actually going to be a problem. Well, we'll see. If I run into any spike traps, I will definitely try and pay attention. Of course, I could just turn it off, and very likely for the next episode I will do just that. But for the one, I figured might as well show it off. It's kind of a cute little feature, and it would be kind of cruel not to mention that it exists, and at least play with one round of it anyway. So we're making okay progress so far, so good. Nothing crazy great has happened. I haven't really gotten any item drops, haven't been doing well on the whole chest front. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff here around that I can make use of. So I'm just going to try and farm this level as best as possible, get a few kills in, hopefully get some levels in, and perhaps we will be okay regardless, because that is the new meta of Cavern Kings. If you don't get the money, you go for the enemies. If you don't get the enemies, you go for the money. If you get neither, I don't know, I guess you just lose. There's probably another way around that I haven't quite figured it out yet, but yeah, there weren't going to be any more enemies at that point, I don't think. I've noticed, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, you guys can chime in the comments, let me know if you feel the same way, but I've noticed the jackhammer feels very, very weak, and that pertains specifically to me trying to bust open some crates with it and feeling like it's simply almost not even feasible or viable to use that to open crates anymore. It feels like it takes so many hits that you're bound to just waste most of each level doing such a thing if you do. Maybe that was just because I was super low level at the time I was doing it. I don't know. Let me know, though. I'm curious to hear if that had actually been nerfed. So here comes the drill. Again, so far so good. We're still fairly high in terms of health. I'm probably not going to play as Jack very much anymore, I guess, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of reason to now that I've got a few characters unlocked, which a lot of people seem to feel like there's objective better characters than our default character, and I'd probably agree, honestly. But I did like that he was sort of like your average middle-of-the-road choice, sort of your Isaac, as it were, and I hope at some point maybe we can find a real reason to play as him again. I don't know what it might be, but maybe after a point he'll unlock the D6. That would be actually kind of a cute shout-out. I don't actually expect that to happen, though. Wow! That is hilariously good luck, I guess. The thing I asked for, the one item I wanted, I got a Cyclops skull. So the game is giving me Christmas presents or something now. But it's great, I don't have to worry about flailing anymore. Like, if I get too into the game, I can just wing my mouse everywhere. It won't go out of the side of... Oh, we got a Plague Scarab. Puts flesh-eating scarabs on my bullets. That's something I don't think I've ever seen this early in the game. Usually that's like a boss drop, isn't it? I need to start digging my way down, which is difficult to do when ice is a thing, because I can't really control my character very well. Alright, let's just leave. I know I left some money behind. What can you do? Can't always have everything. Let's open this too, though. Alright, we've got a gnawed leaf, or a wind leaf, rather. My Isaac is crossing over into my Cavern Kings, and it's creating a bizarre synergy, unlike Tiny Planet Mom's Knife, which is the worst synergy of all time. This is actually a substantially better synergy because there's actually comparisons that make some sense anyway. This is a real bad spot for me to be in. Let's see if we can get some health out of one of these rock bros. That would be really nice. Okay, we've gotten what we asked for. Actually got a little bit of health out of that chest on the side as well. That's going to break open into a big ol' X of damage coming up in a second, that TNT in the corner, so let's brace for impact on that. We'll also collect all of that sweet, sweet money. And the X was not quite large enough to give it to us, so I do appreciate that. I don't know what I'd get out of that Cyclops skull. I wish I could get to it. I can't, unfortunately. We've got a whole pile of drills descending on our skull. So let's just keep going. I think I'm one-shotting rock bros now, which is pretty sweet. And we're going to do that to bust open the area. Oh, he fell off the bottom of the screen and still seems to exist in the nether realm below each area. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's just an accident or what. Well, I guess since we're on a dark level, you can actually see the little cone of light, which you normally wouldn't be able to see. So maybe when they despawn, or before they despawn... Oh, I didn't get to check to see if I could see that spike area. But yeah, maybe right before they despawn, like they sit in a holding pattern for a minute, and maybe you can only notice that when you're in a dark world. Could be quite possibly the case. I don't really want to challenge them, because I'm probably going to end up getting killed by the drill if I do. Killed by the drill. Alright, let's go. What is that light through the spikes? I can't tell. Oh, I'm standing on something. I thought I'd fallen and I didn't. We've got presents galore, as well as we've got some stuff over here I want to check out. Let's see. Oh, that's 1,000. I'm a little shy on money. I hadn't looked at my money in a second. Where did that damage just come from? I did not see it. Alright, let's blow this present open. Oh, what is that? That's a new item. Get it, get it, get it! Growth battery charges your bullets while not shooting. Oh, geez, so that's... Okay, that's sweet. I love this item. The longer I don't shoot, I guess the more damage I do. That's the other thing I hadn't even thought about, actually, is what new items and things are introduced to this version of the game. It's kind of a big one, actually, to not have considered, really. It seems like the game might be a little more balanced, too, because I don't feel like I'm getting wrecked quite as hard as I was on the last one. Maybe I've gotten better by not playing the game for a little while. I doubt it, but... oh, God, I'm so slow. Outrun it! Outrun it! Oh, my God, that was so close. Okay, kill the rock bro. Dig through the ground. Save the cheerleader. Save the world. Keep digging, please. Okay, we've made it just by the absolute skin of all of our teeth. Can I make it into the ceiling before I get wrecked? I don't know. We need to try, though. That's my only option. Give me health, please. Oh, that's a cluster of iron. I want that, too, actually. Oh, God. Yep, got that. I don't really have a good way to dig up to there, though, so when I fall... Yeah. That's where I thought we were gonna go with that whole thing. Darn. Well, this will also let me show you off the new closing screen, which actually has some much more in-depth stats, as well as a scrollable power-ups area, which is fantastic. So it means we can actually see all the power-ups we might get during a run, because I'm sure you've probably noticed they tend to scroll very, very far. You can get, hundreds of them if you just keep at it long enough. And this game is infinite, so it's quite likely, in fact, that will eventually and invariably happen, that we'll end up scrolling down through things. So our score is 10K 901, depth was 4725, time was 7 minutes 49 seconds, level was 8, money was 0. What did I end up with? 0 money? Maybe it doesn't track that. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Cycles 0. Oh man, that hints at a whole new element that I hadn't even thought of. Maybe it does some Risk of Rain stuff, where you can start over. Oh man, the holiday music's super loud. Okay, I forgot about that. Anyway, I think we'll keep it very short for today's episode. Hopefully you guys are still into the Cavern Kings beta Let's Play. If you are, make sure you leave a like on the episode. I do greatly appreciate it. I will be back with another one eventually, and hopefully once online co-op gets implemented, I can start bringing some friends and we can have a good time with some Cavern Kings online co-op, provided, again, that the co-op works in a way that is intuitive and useful, so aka not Nidhogg style indie multiplayer co-op, but you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you on the next one. I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to y'all later.